Preamble to Sacred Means, Satanic Epistle, Part 1. I am not my Lord. My Lord is not what I am. There is a separation in being and non-being. There is a connection in knowing and becoming. Something of a submission is rendered, and I more than sing. Preamble to Sacred Means, Satanic Epistle, Part 2. The box closes in on us, and so does the fence. The fox, as a result of his loss, pulls away henceforth. The blurry forms of fear and damage have been there since. The willful disregard of the graven image and fingers dances with intoxication. Will they stop or continue their rebellion? What has, is, and will be their motivation? Mundane life does not have to be dilution. Preamble to Sacred Means, Satanic Epistle, Part 3. We are all the means to something. Condoning or condemning is firstly a thing for what is one's own life. What us? The context for the strife. What is the context for the strife? It wasn't a father God who acts to give up through the use of a knife. Satan and Yahweh are alternating signs of the same acts to some. In the age of the child, either side can be a direct or indirect path we can run our ways in our lives. Preamble to Sacred Means, Satanic Epistle, Part 4. Sometimes nothing has to be given up, but it can. Transmutation into the adulthood of production is the plan. Who is higher and lower may not be apparent when for Satan. Some go with the flow and others lose their freedom when they can. Preamble to Sacred Means, Satanic Epistle, Part 5. If mercy means letting those who have their act together in one's own terms be killed, for those who won't even try to make up for their violations of one's own terms, I reject it and turn to the other side. Open the kaleidoscope to tolerance without acceptance inside. Ever-changing is our views of transcendence, and that is nothing to hide. Preamble to Sacred Means, Satanic Epistle, Part 6. The best experiences transcend thought, but no one can differentiate among the holy and unholy there. We can talk about and even comprehend as we contemplate upon the who, what, how, and where. Who, what, how, where, and when. To build up in one way from others, we usually have to lend. What is the outcome that we send? Preamble to Sacred Means, Satanic Epistle, Part 7. Wait. Okay. Just making sure I didn't skip 6. For some reason, I didn't remember saying Part 6. Stories and principles. Stories and principles guide us in different ways to the spirit and forms of the atheistic or theistic path. The physical receptacles for the spiritual may serve a suitable normal with what they hath. Are we ascending or descending through darkness and light? There are things in both that should be sufficient to cause fright. Some of this could be typed. Okay. I guess in this video I'll throw in getting a tattoo. I'm off my medicine and sex before marriage. Ask Lizzie Q&A with my best friend. At 33 seconds, did you blend the words intellectual and sexual? Both extramarital sex acts and tattoos are more of a risk in terms of this world, than the spiritual world. Both are whatever. Maybe she said something mental. Intellectual or something. Or emotional or whatever. Both are clearly condemned in all their detail by the Bible, and all other revealed are representative of a divine revelation, including how each is wrong. But Islam does not make tattoos out to be as serious of a sin, but it is a minor form of body alteration more serious than piercing. Fornia in Latin, porn in Greek, zina in Arabic, and other examples make clear that coitus is not the only example of what is condemned. Love of anything, emotions or feelings will justify anything when love of God is not supreme over all, but not in God's eyes. Galatians 5 and others condemn addicts to intoxicants more, because it is a series of choices. But like anything, a person can realign desires and connections to what is right. Age gaps are only a problem legally, and if getting married, people can, at 16 or younger in each state with parental permission. It can take days to over a year to recover the function and lack a chemical addiction that will return upon quitting medication. But there are always ways to relieve the withdrawals and quit any drug cold turkey without other intoxication. We believe in universal salvation. Actually, the Bible dominates in monotheism. It's mostly about monotheism, not polytheism. And has Jesus promised condemnation of all who do things in his name. The so-called New Testament has 52 parts where one can't be Christian, if taken literally. If you love God, keep the commandments, and believe in what he actually sent, rather than philosophers like Paul, who is obviously a combination of Stoic, Epicurean, or hedonistic, pre-Socratic, Platonic, Aristotelian, and other philosophy, and lacking the direct revelation and inspiration from God that defines exemplar and messenger prophets from God. Where has no one heard of Christianity and their monotheistic polytheism? Yeah, where in the world haven't they heard that? Quran mentions Jesus more than Muhammad. I made a video series interpreting those verses here. Why would you censor? Did you swear? Beliefs and practices matter. The idea that God doesn't care about thoughts, words, and deeds enough to judge by them and their intentions makes God out to be worse than Satan. The idea that Satan, Malak Taus, Shaitan, and Avestan, is God of this world and age is central to such theistic Satanism, and largely portrays a caste out of a place as being better than Christians may think of God.
Hail Satan!